At Harborough we have a variety of feeding solutions for every situation, whether you feed compound, you're looking for a bespoke mineral to make your own feed in your on-site mill, or you're looking to use our minerals and our at-home mill mix service through our tropper.
We're here with Craig Grant at CJ Grant & Partner on his home farm at Kindrocht. Craig, can you tell us a bit about your business?
So at Kindrocht here we have 280 bull and heifers. We've got approximately 1,000 sheep and finishing lambs and some ewes as well. And we grow 500 acres cereals comprising of winter barley, oilseed rape, wheat and spring barley. Grow some beans as well, which is pretty new to us. We incorporate the majority of all homegrown cereals into our diets. And these diets are made up with Harborough to feed our 160,000 laying hens. So our laying hens are kind of split into two categories. We've got 64,000 layers and we've 96,000 enriched colony birds. So these birds are split over 4 different sites. Homegrown feed and mixing at home as well kind of suits in with how it operates and shifting feed and things like that. When we're at full production, we're at about 1 million eggs a week. 99% of those eggs are going to our local packing station at Farmley, who in turn package them and send them on to Aldi and Lidl, and then they send our own brand eggs, Aberdeenshire Choice, and to Tesco. And then the other 1% that I'm speaking about goes into the egg hoosey that we've got at the end of the road.
So your 160,000 hens, you've obviously chosen to go home mix with Harborough through the tropper machine. What was your deciding factors behind that?
We decided to go with the tropper for our home mix because we have 8 different sheds, which means 8 different flocks with all different needs at different times. We're pretty specific with what we want, and we change our diets on a monthly basis, and we tie that in by benchmarking each shed beside one another so we can react to an issue or a problem proactively rather than reactively. So with the tropper coming here every week to do a mix, we can change it as and when we need, and in doing that, that allows us to control egg size, bird weight, feed consumption, feather cover, bird behaviour, and predominantly the production and how we can see the birds being sustained longer as well. So the mill being here to us is a huge asset to our business, how we can control the specific feeds that we put into specific sheds at specific times in their lay.
Doing different diets and different things at a time, that comes with a lot of paperwork, a lot of hassle, or perceived hassle, I think, in some cases. And
a lot of people come in about here and they say you're mixing your own feed, and we're mixing about 160, 170 tonne of feed every week, and they say, oh, the hassle of getting the raw materials here and getting the mill here and putting it into bins. It's no hassle at all. And the hassle would come in 2 forms. The first bit of the hassle is the actual physical side of stuff and getting things in place. But it's no hassle because we're growing it here, we're pulling it in for locally, we're providing a market to other farmers, and it happens routinely. And because it's routine, it's no hassle. Everybody knows the routine, and it just happens every week. Fine. The other side of the hassle that people ask me about is the paperwork side of it. Because we are effectively classed as a mill, because the mill is on our site, we have to go through all the paperwork as a static mill would. But all that is covered by Harborough. Harborough cover a whole lot. It's never an issue. They put somebody out during the audits, and all the boxes is ticked. Everybody's happy, and we've never had non-conformances that's caused us any issue that Harborough couldn't have fixed before.
We use a formulation program called Nutronics. And Nutronics is able to tell the true feeding value of a raw material and works in partnership with our lab. This allows us to tailor your rations to your bespoke raw materials, and it allows us to predict more accurately how the animal will utilise that feed to improve your efficiencies. Working with customers like CJ Grant, we're able to use their homegrown raw materials such as wheat and barley, along with purchased products like soya and limestone to create their rations. Recently, we've also been able to reduce their soya usage by 50% using homegrown beans.
After the chopper had been in a couple of years, you decided to do split feeding and how that's worked for to control your egg size in seconds. Can you tell me why you chose to go that route as well and what it's done for your business?
So I've been using the trucker for 3 years and the system was working fantastically. And we thought we could use it better, we could use it more efficiently for various different reasons. So we went down to Doncaster actually, to a seminar to learn about the anatomy of a bird and how it works. And it was comparing how the bird uses different nutrients at different times of the day. And the way I was thinking of it is, why we're feeding her the same thing every day? And the only answer I ever got was hassle factor. But there's no hassle there because we were using the dropper anyway and we was in control of our own diets. It wasn't a problem to feed the bird different in the morning compared to it was in the afternoon. So my comparison there is that when we get out of our bed in the morning, we don't have a steak and chips for our breakfast. We'll have our cereal and then we'll have our steak and chips at night. That's exactly the same principle with the birds. They have their cereal in the morning and their steak and chips at night for when they're producing the egg inside them and when they're creating the shell. Another thing it does, it just keeps their metabolism a bit slower, so they don't have to eat so much. And then because they're not having to excrete so much, then it sustains the laying cycle of the bird. So that was back in 2009 and we've been doing it for 14 years now. And we've just kept on developing it. And we then decided we could push this again. And with what's happening with the protein usage and a sustainable source of protein, we learned that we could maybe grow beans in the northeast of Scotland here. So it was about 3-4 years ago, we grew our first crop of beans and we started trialling it in one of our sheds. And because we're doing the split feed already, we've managed to incorporate enough beans in to mitigate 50% of our soya usage. So 3 years ago, we were using an arctic load of soya every week. Now we only need an arctic load of soya every 2 weeks. So we've effectively halved our soya cost and done away with half of the protein that's coming in from South America.
And you haven't seen any difference in the birds?
The birds'
behaviour?
performance and behaviour has actually gotten better. They just seem to be calmer. The intakes are around about the same, but the cost of the feed production is less because we're growing more at home. We're finding all the cereals within a 10-mile radius. And another thing that's come out that we're trying to figure out is the shell quality is a lot better.
So this is us having sieved out the feed for the grist profile that we're trying to achieve that's set by yourselves for what you want the birds to get.
So this is mainly our barley and our wheat, and here a lot of the fibre is in this one, and then in here is mainly the protein, I would say, and the limestone. So we've got the beans, the soya, the limestone, and some of the finer bits of the barley and wheat. And then in the last one at the end here is like our soluble calcium, where minerals and what other powdered stuff we're putting in, if we're putting in additional methionine or what's the other powders we're putting in?
Things like eggshell pupa,
Eggshell pupa, yeah. It's some of the extra additives that we add for any sheds that we think needs a wee bit extra.
We have a bespoke range of minerals that we can use on farm through our chopper or in our compound mills. And to complement that, we also have a range of unique additives. Some of these products, such as Evo, are aimed at reducing stress and improving feed intake. Other products, such as Syntec, are aimed at improving gut health. And then we also have a brand of products for water addition to acidify water and improve gut health, and as well as combating on-farm challenges such as red mite.
You're always looking to challenge yourself and Harbro. You like to challenge us as well.
Absolutely.
What have we done recently and what are you looking to do going forward that you can help with?
Yeah, well, that's absolutely right. We're never content with where we're at. We're always looking for more improvements, better sustainability. So we've actually got 2 or 3 things in the go. Something I've mentioned already is the beans. And we're knocking out 50% of the soya usage that we were on before with the beans. So we're looking to actually push that a wee bit further, looking at different enzymes and things and how we can utilise more beans in the diet. The other thing we're looking at is shell quality testing. We've just kind of started that, we ourselves in Harborough, in monitoring the shell strength at different ages of the birds. So again, we can be more specific with where we're targeting our mineral packs. And then the other thing we're looking at is liver flush. And it's always calcium that we feel as though the birds is lacking, and the throughput of calcium in the bird at the end of the lay is the issue. So we're looking to flush the liver out, effectively cleaning out the bird's filter to allow more of the nutrients that we're pushing into through to give us better shell quality at the end. So we had 3 things going on, working with Harborough. I'm sure we'll have some results to feedback soon.
And I'm sure there'll be something else after that.
There'll be something else after that. We never make it easy.
No. Well, thank you for your time. It's been really interesting getting your points on why you work with Harborough, and I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you, Doug.
So here at Harborough, we're always happy to help, so please get in touch with one of our sales advisors to find out more.